All right. Okay, Blanket said how to improve IELTS score. Okay, excellent. Anything else? Just I'm curious. Why have you attended this course? Mhm. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I will share my screen. So, okay, so this is the, okay, let me see if I can make it bigger. There you go. Okay. So today's class is all about this. And before studying this class, I'd like to share with you something, and I'd like to ask you a question. So if you'd like to, I mean, be successful, the first thing all you got to do is to find out the role model, right? So can you please type in the chat box what I just said, role model. So if you'd like to be a very successful in your life, whatever sectors you are, is it education, health, wealth? So all you got to do, you need to find out your role model. Please type in the chat box role model if you understood what I just said. Yeah, role model. Yeah, that's right. So here, can you remember in the last class, I have shared with you my first mentor was Monas, and I was studying, learning a lot of things from him regarding the business, how to do sales call, finance, and all that stuff. And then I was thinking that, well, what the next thing I got to do? So I was looking for role model. And then I started searching. So who has got someone else like me coming from lower middle class family and would like to be very successful and in later life. And I was looking for a lot of people, and what I found is Tony Robbins. Can you please type in the chat box? His name is Tony Robbins. Type in the chat box Tony. Just I'd like to see how many of you did understand what I just said. So when I started finding out my role model, I found Tony because he's from such a poor family. He had four fathers in his life, and he didn't know, I mean, what to do in his life, right? And when I heard his story, and I was thinking, oh my God, this is the person I think I'd like to be. And now he became a billionaire. He has got multi-million-dollar business. And then I attended one of his conference, right? That was 2 hours long. And when I saw him, he was like, 6 feet, 8 or 7 feet tall, full of energy. When he speaks, he's speaking with confidence. And he started sharing a lot of things, his failure and success, right? And once he started sharing all that stuff, I said, okay, I think this is the right person where I can learn a lot of things. And then I have started doing some sort of course. Probably you can hear a lot of things about him. So he offers a lot of packages, a lot of courses. One of them is Unleash the Power Within. That means you have got so much potential, but you don't know how to unlock it, how to reveal it. So he is helping with that. And I think I paid £800, something like this. I'm not sure how much is in your own currency. So once I paid him and I attended one of his event, that was 4 days long, right? So from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. That was guerrilla training. He trained me all the areas like mindset, finance, health, wealth, and all that stuff. And I loved him. And this year, I have purchased another program is called Business Mastery. Can you please type in the chat box if you just heard me right? So yeah, so Business Mastery, that's the thing. Just give me one moment. I do understand what it is. Yeah, please type in the chat box Business Mastery. I'd like to see how many of you really. Yeah, that's right. So that's called Business Mastery. So once I bought this program, then um, yeah, sometimes I kept myself mute because just I need to sort do something. So once I purchased this program, and I think it's 7 days, then 10 days, then 3 days. This is all the program I'm going to join. So why I'm sharing with you is, first of all, you need to find out your role model. I mean, the mentor. Then okay, all right. So um, then that's the thing I wanted to share with you, because first of all, you need to find out a role model. Then you need to follow his instruction, and you need to learn from him. And this is how you become successful. This is the shortcut of success. So I know there are a lot of students here. They'd like to, fly to the UK, and they would like to study in different universities and colleges, and they would like to settle here as well. So first of all, I'd like to ask you, did you find out your role model? Type in the chat box, yes or no. Type in the chat box, yes or no. Did you find your role model? That's the first thing you got to do. And you need to follow that person, and you need to ask for help. There is nothing wrong. I mean, if you're asking help, so you got to ask um, for some sort of help. And once you get the help, um, and to be honest with you, in my life, whenever I thought someone can help me, I always open. So I asked them, "Can you please help me?" And they didn't say no, never ever. They helped me out. So that's the first thing you got to do. Find out the role model, follow their instruction, ask for help, and do whatever you need to do. So this is how you're gonna achieve what you want to achieve. So I think you understood the main theme, what I try to make you understand. If you understood, please type in the chat box understood. I'd like to see it. Type in the chat box understood if you really understood what I just said. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Okay. Excellent. So now I'm going back to the previous slide. Let's see. I'm not sure because it's different computer, different setting. That's why probably. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so you can see the question is, what's the language? Can you please type in the chat box? What do you understand? What do you mean by that? If you really understood what I mean by that, please type in the chat box. What do you mean by language? I'd like to see your comment. Mhm. Yeah, type in the chat box, please. Okay, so I can see a lot of comments. Mhm. So what do you mean by language? Type in the chat box, please. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, that's right. Language is nothing but ask and answer, listen and understand. That's the whole thing. So if you listen and if you understand, that means you understand the language. So here is the main thing. So in the last class, I showed you how to speak 30 sentences altogether, how to deliver 30 sentences. And I'm really, really pleased to see you presentation in the Facebook group. I'm really, really um, I mean, really, really excited to see that. And I know you're gonna keep doing it and you're gonna improve yourself. So in the last class, you have practiced how to answer. I asked you a question, what do you do every day? And you gave me answer, and that was the presentation for 30 sentences. You crushed it. And the next thing is ask, right? So you know how to answer. Now you need to understand how to ask question. This is very, very important. So if you know how to ask and how to answer, that means you understood the language. So now um, that's the only thing you need to think right now, how to ask a question, right? So here you go. The question I asked you, what did you do yesterday? And you said a lot of things. So now, can you please type in the chat box, who is the favorite person in your family? I'm asking about one person I know. Sometimes it's really, difficult to um, single out who is his dad or mom or brother or sister. So for the sake of practicing, just type in the chat box, who is the favorite person in your family? Is it your dad? Is it your mom? Is it your brother or sister or daughter or son? Type in the chat box, please. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. A lot of answer. Excellent. 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 So Shaheen Alam said father. Antusha said, I'm not sure what do you mean, baby. Um, Asif said, my mother. Okay, please type in the chat box. Who is the favorite person in your family? Okay, excellent. 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 Okay. Um, okay. I see a lot of people are saying you didn't understand the question. So, what is the favorite person in your family? I'm asking about one person. You need to answer me. Who is the favorite person in your family? Okay, excellent. Got it. Got it. So now I'm gonna give you some sort of um, practice session right now. So this is the question: what does your favorite person do every day? Can you remember? You have selected someone else, either father, mother, brother, sister, or son or daughter. So you need to give me the answer. What does your father or mother or brother or sister do every day? So if you really understood what I just asked, please type in the chat box understood. I'd like to see how many of you really understood. Okay. Okay. So it's very simple. All you got to do, you need to put subject and verb as we did in the okay, as we did in the last class. So you got to do the same thing. So you need to just take who is the favorite person. For example, it might be your father. So you should say, hey, today I'd like to share with you what does my father do every day. His name is this, and he works for bank, or he's a teacher, he's a doctor, he's an engineer, he's a farmer, and he gets up. You can see is yes or yes. You need to make a sound. So you need to say gets up, brushes, makes, uh, takes a cup of tea, has lunch, takes rest, starts working. These sort of things, right? So that's the thing you need to do. So always you need to put s or es with the verb. So now I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Is this. So now I'm gonna give you 2 minutes time to speak about your favorite person. I'll unmute yourself, and when I say 3, 2, go, you need to say exactly what I just said. Hi, my name is Hassan Habib, and today I'd like to share with you what does my favorite person do every day. My favorite person is my dad. Da, 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 da. You need to start, and you need to finish when he goes to bed. And make sure you always add is or es with the verb, right? So can you do that? If you can, please type in the chat box me. I'd like to see how many of you can exactly do that. Please type in the chat box me. I'd like to see. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So now this is your turn. So what I'm gonna do, I will unmute all of you, and when I say go, you need to start saying this. Hi, my name is Habib, and today I'd like to share with you what does my favorite person do every day. My favorite person is my dad, and then you need to start, right? So please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Hey, myself Rizwan Ahmed, and now I'm going to learn
Hello
about
everyone, I'm Mohammed Asif
uh,
and
what
I am
a person does, and my
sharing
favorite
what
person
I've
is mine.
heard our
And
things.
he
My
gets up
favorite
early in the
person
morning,
today
brushes
and my favorite person is my
brushes her
mother
teeth, and makes
my
for
favorite person
makes the breakfast of all of us,
mother in the
and
in the morning
I'll
then
sharing
yes,
things
and
cooks for my
with brother.
family.
for
He
us
very
And
intelligent. He's
he washes our
in our
clothes and
family.
everything, and he
is
he make
Get a week
lunch
and
for
then
for me, and
he gets up till all time later take a
she
in
takes
the
shave.
late work
measurements.
but
You know, my
needs to
practical
be very hardworking
and
person.
he's
So
more time
the in
sharing.
breakfast, then finish
He's
the sleep
very intelligent
and
person.
ready for
I would like
lunch.
my brother. He's
Prepared for
very
cooking.
silent
Then
person. Uh, uh, I like to share with my brother anything.
নেট পাচ্ছেন দেখুন এখন তাই আমারটা দেখছেন এবার হ্যাঁ তো বলছেন তো আমারটা কত নেট খারাপ
Right. So, how many of you made 30 sentences about your favorite person? Please type in the chat box. Okay, let me ask you the question in different way. So, how many sentences have you made when you said about your favorite person? Please type in the chat box. Is it 10, 20, 30? I'd like to see. Okay, so I've said 10. Mahmoud will maybe say 30 plus. Antu said 20. Okay, and Shahna said 20. Okay, excellent. Excellent. So all I need is someone else to hear from you. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'll stop screen sharing and I'll invite you in a small breakout room where you will practice with someone else. So what's gonna happen here is, so I can see, okay. So let's say 4, 3, okay, okay, make it, okay, 3 people. So what I'm going to do, I'll create a breakout room. So you need to go there. So you will see on the screen, click to join. So you need to click and you will join in a breakout room. Then there will be 3 people over there. So, take the lead. Say, hey, my name is Habib. And today I'd like to share with you what does my favorite person do every day. My favorite person is my dad. He gets up early in the morning, then keep continuing. So can you do that? If you are ready, please type in the chat box ready. I'd like to see how many of you are really ready right now to give a presentation in front of 2-3 people. Okay, excellent. Okay, and still someone is saying my voice is very low. Can you hear me now, properly? Okay, okay, excellent. Okay, so you said ready. So now I open the breakout room. Please join to the breakout room right now. Don't wait here. Go there and give a presentation. What does your favorite person do every day? Right. So please join to the breakout room and share what do you do. What does your favorite person do every day? Please join. Don't wait here, because if you wait here, someone will be waiting for you in the breakout room. So please go there and just start. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, I can see a lot of people are joining into the breakout room for practice session. So I can imagine this is the third class. So you have got 2 more classes with me, and then we have got 1 more class with Steve. Okay, so please join to the breakout room. I will visit some breakout room as well. So don't wait here, please join. Okay, so who would like to give a presentation here? So please type in the chat box me. I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak here. So what does your favorite person do every day? So please, in the chat box, please type me. So what does your favorite person do every day? Okay. Okay, sorry, can you please unmute yourself and give a presentation? What does your favorite person do every day?
Thanks for giving me a chance. So I would like to talk about what is my favorite person. Yeah, my favorite person is my mother. She was very familiar person in our family, and she is also my friend as usual. As far as I know, she is a good mother and the good guideline for us. And I follow. I every time I follow her, your activities, your others like stuff, and that's it.
Okay, so tell us, what does she do every day?
Thank you, sir. First of all, she gets up very early morning. Then she took a fresh, and she make it breakfast for us. And then in the afternoon, she she had gone to kitchen and made us for our food. Then
So
we had a lunch.
can you please make all the sentences in present form? So she gets ready, she goes, she does. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, okay, okay. Sir. Then she goes to kitchen and made it for our lunch items, and we had a lunch together. After that, after the evening, she goes to pray Asr and read Quran. In the evening, she made some snacks for us and talk to each other. And then sometimes she goes to outside and walking around 1 or 2 hours, and then came back home. After the evening, she goes to she sometimes she watching some drama TVs, and also talking with other family members. And then in the night, then she goes to kitchen and made it for our delicious food and get together our dinner. After the dinner, she goes to the bed and going to sleep. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. So, who is the next person who would like to share? What does your favorite person do every day? Please type in the chat box to me. I'd like to see. Or just turn on your video and just raise your hand. I'm gonna unmute yourself and you're gonna give a presentation. Okay. Okay. Let me take randomly someone else. So, Johnny, can you please unmute yourself and share with us? So, what does your favorite person do every day? Johnny Zakir, can you hear us?
Thanks for giving me an opportunity. My favorite person is my father. I love very much. He's a more responsible person in our family, and he work very hard to development our families members, and he take to all of the family which are doing our everything. He takes also give me different guidelines to developing our families. He also take care to all of the members and who is needed all of the families. That's why I love it. And also I would like to share this. My mother is also favorite person in our families, so I love him. On the other hand, my elder sister is available in our family. So he is the one of most responsibility in our families.
Okay, Johnny, thank you. So all you got to do is make sure you're putting yes or yes, and according to male or female, you are using he or she. Just please practice it several times, at least 10 times, and record the video and upload in the Facebook group, because you made a lot of mistakes. If you don't practice 10 times, you will keep making mistakes. So now, Cairo, can you please unmute yourself and share with us? So what does your favorite person do every day?
Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you, sir?
Very good, thank you.
Are you busy today? I think that day is too much busy for you.
It's extremely, because I got to do a lot of things in the office. That's why I'm taking the class from the office.
Yes, I can understand.
So you can see here, okay?
Oh,
Okay, so keep going.
so basically, you asked me anything, sir?
Yes, what does your favorite person do every day?
My favorite person is my mom, and he's a homemaker, and he stay on home each and every day. He take care of our family in morning, in evening, or all of the times he cook for us, and all of the work that in our family he do, and he take care of our study or everything. Actually, and my mom doing that type of work each and every day.
Okay, so what I want from you is, it's not only from you, everyone else. So what I want from all of you is the same way. You need to speak at least about your favorite person, 30 sentences. So you're going to start from the very beginning. In the morning, what does he or she do? Then in the afternoon, then in the evening. So if you keep practicing it, and you will see most of the time we make a lot of mistakes when we speak about the third person singular number. We don't add yes or yes. So this is the medicine for that. So if you keep practicing it, you'll not make any mistakes. And sometimes I get a lot of IELTS students and they say, in this speaking, I always get 5, 4.5. What's the reason behind it? And I said, okay, give me a mock test. So once I ask them several questions, they keep speaking. And the IELTS examiner, they're always tricky. They will ask you some questions in the present form, and after that, they will ask you some sort of questions regarding the third person single number so that you can make a lot of mistakes, not adding yes or yes. Then the examiner will ask you about the past form. So what happened in that night? What happened in the last year? And you still, in the present form, and you're answering, and the examiner is just making a lot of notes that you are making these sort of mistakes, and your score is getting low. So that's the only reason. If you are thinking about, sit for IELTS exam, these are the practice you got to do. This is must. So all you got to do, you need to practice with third person singular number. So for the, better practice, you can do one thing. So you can talk about everyone else in your family. You can start with your father, then mother, then brother, then sister, son, daughter. So if you keep practicing this for, let's say, next 2 weeks, I'm pretty much confident that you will not make any mistakes, right? So sorry for that, and you'll hear a lot of background noise as I'm taking the class in the office. So, however, so now I need another volunteer. So please just raise your hand so that I can unmute yourself and you can give a presentation. Who is the next one? Okay, so I'm gonna go for go to Shahana Stormin. Can you please unmute yourself and give a presentation? I see you are very active and very passionate about development.
Yes, thank you, sir, to give an opportunity to talk about my favorite person. My favorite person, actually, one of my children. That means my elder son. His name is Robin. He already finished his study at the electrical engineering department, from electrical engineering department. Now he is now in our house. First, early in the morning, he wake up and say his prayer and take a breakfast with all of us. Then he try his best to help any family work in my family work. Because my elder son, he is about 27 years old, and he already finished her study. Now he try to find a job. My son is very dear to me. I like my son very much. Thank you, sir. At that time, I do not talk about two more. Thank you.
Okay, so can you please turn on the video so that I can find you? I can find here loads of students, and just turn on the video and just raise your hand. I'll catch you up from there. Okay. Saif Ali Khan, can you please unmute yourself and share with us? So what does the third person do every day?
Sir, actually, I don't know what the topic you have been, because I was offering Salah, Maghrib Salah, so that's why.
No problem.
Sir, can you please tell me the topic? I'll try my best to
So the
speak.
topic is what does your favorite person do every day? So
Sir, pardon, please.
what does your favorite person do every day? I'll give you the opportunity a bit later on. So let me find out. So Ontu Shaha, can you please unmute yourself and give a presentation? Ontu Shaha, can you hear? Okay. Jannatul Firdaus, can you please unmute yourself?
Thank you, sir, for these opportunities. Third person my mother, and every day when I wake up, my father call me, and then we all sit together and we drink tea. Then my mom go to kitchen. My mom goes to kitchen for cooking us and for helping her. The father was a police officer, and my mother is a housewife, and that's all.
Okay. You got it. I need another volunteer. So before that, I'd like to. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. So let's see. Okay, very good. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna practice this again because I can see a lot of students still they didn't get it. So all you need to do, you need to start from here. So for example, my favorite person is my father. Then we're gonna say, hey, my name is Habib. I'd like to share with you what my favorite person does every day. My favorite person is my father. He gets up early in the morning, then he brushes his teeth, then he takes breakfast, then he takes a cup of tea, then he gets ready to go to the office, and he arrives office at around 10 o'clock. Then he starts working. So this is how. So can you recognize that I'm always use, I mean, from the very beginning, each and every subject I'm using S. So gets up, brushes, takes a cup of tea, gets ready, takes bath, arrives, starts working. So this is the thing just you need to keep it in mind. And then he takes lunch, takes rest, starts working. So this is how I need to practice. Then he gets together with the family. So this is how I need to practice. So now I'm gonna give you the opportunity to practice it again. So what I'm gonna do, I'll unmute yourself, all of you. You need to start all together and you need to give me 30 sentences. Are you ready? So if you're ready, can you please type in the chat box, ready? I'd like to see how many of you are really ready to give me 30 sentences in one go. Type in the chat box, ready. I would like to see how many of you are really ready. Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, excellent. Excellent. So Mahamudul Mubin. So if you don't follow the instruction and if you make a chaos, my team will take you out from this group and they'll ban you. Okay. So here we are here to help you, all of you. So please stick to the rules and regulations, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna unmute yourself. All you got to do, you need to just start from the very beginning. I need to give me 30 sentences. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, let me find out the option to unmute yourself. Okay, here you go. Yeah, please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start. Give a presentation.
Now I'm gonna talk about my favorite.
Hello everyone, I am
Yes,
Mohammed
sir.
Chief.
Hello everyone.
Now I am telling about my favorite
My
person.
father is my favorite person in the world. So
Okay, so my favorite person is
It's a very
first
early in the
seven,
morning, and then she pay for office,
Housewife
morning prayer, and
is
eight,
housewife
and then
CEO
she
অনেক
takes
টকি
some
এখানে
breakfast
for
for
my
all of us, and then she
খুব
making some
as
and
everyone
have
also
very after that
very well
she went
study
to
for
take a cup of
every
tea talk
thing
or
how
he
he
and
started
the
working first and also say
and she watches
so
our clothes
and I am
and
our help
in the
one
in
guidance
noon
just
she makes
my
lunch for us and she have
mostly
lunch
works in
and
the morning
afternoon
and she
rest for evening
take
rest
very
and we
make
about
breakfast for us
15 minutes
and
sat together and
not
tea
all
and
everyone
then
or
she
family that
watches
get
some Bengali drama,
and
see drama
we
serial,
so
and
everyone
then she
get
she
like
makes some dinner
and still also take breakfast and
then
well
she eats her dinner and then she went to play close to bed for sleeping.
all the time how he he sits down in the kitchen most of time in the day she
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now, can you remember in the let me see if I'm muted or unmuted. Okay. Right. So you can see here two or one simple sentence. The sentence is you learn English. That's the simple sentence. So if I ask you, do you learn English? Can you please type in the chat box? What are you gonna answer? Please type in the chat box. If I ask you, do you learn English? What could be your answer? All right. So the question I'm asking, do you learn English? The answer should be, I learn English. Yes, I learn English. Or yes, I do. Can you please type in the chat box? Yes, comma, I do. Type in the chat box. Yes, comma, I do. So if I ask you, do you learn English? Your answer should be, yes, I do. Type in the chat box. I'll let you see everyone else comment. Yeah, so that's the smart way to answer someone else if someone is asking you yes, no question. So yeah, so do you attend the class on time? Type in the chat box. What should be your answer? Do you attend the class on time? Your answer should be yes, I do. That's right. The next question I'm going to ask you, do you learn Chinese? Type in the chat box. Do you learn Chinese? The answer is no, I don't. Type in the chat box. I'd like to see everyone else comment. Do you learn Chinese? Okay. Answer is no, I don't. Okay, got it. Please type in the chat box. There is a reason. That's why I'm requesting you to type in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So answer is no, I don't. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. So, do you like to study abroad? Type in the chat box. According to your answer, just type in the chat box. Do you like to study in the UK, US, or Canada? Please type in the chat box. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, Now, okay, so here you can see on the screen is something. Okay, let me. So see, I have asked you a question. Do you learn English? Do you attend the class on time? Do you like to study in the UK? So I have used do. So can you please type in the chat box in this sentence, what does it mean, do? Type in the chat box. Do means what? Mhm. Do means what? Okay, okay, got it. But interestingly, here, do usually means to take an action, but we use do for interrogative and negative sentences. And here, do doesn't have any meaning. That means we need do to make interrogative and negative sentences. So you need to understand this is very basic. If you don't understand this, you will suffer a lot in the future. So do usually means to take an action, but we use do for interrogative and negative sentences. But here, do hasn't got any meaning, but we need do to make interrogative and negative sentences, right? So now, I'm gonna give you 1 minute time. So can you please type in the chat box in your language what you understood? So, okay, let me say another way. Can you please translate it in the chat box? The whole sentences, what you understood, translate in your language. So if you're from Bangladesh, type in the chat box in Bengali. If you're from India, type in the chat box in Hindi. If you are from Pakistan, type in Urdu. I'd like to see, what did you understand from this? So do usually means to take an action, but we use do for interrogative and negative sentences, but do doesn't have any meaning. But we need do to make interrogative and negative sentences. Type in the chat box. I'd like to see what did you understand from this. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to translate it. So whatever you understood, please type in your language, in your own language. Bengali, Hindi, Urdu, whatever your language is. Type in the chat box. The whole thing, what you understood. Okay, so you need to translate it, the whole thing, in one paragraph. So please type it, translate it, and put in the chat box. I'd like to see. All right, so you need to understand this thing clearly. Otherwise, you will not understand a lot of things in future, in the coming classes. So I'd like to emphasize on this thing. So for interrogative and negative sentences, if you'd like to make interrogative and negative sentence, you need do. For example, I asked you a question, do you learn English? So do. Then, do you attend the class on time? You said, yes, I do. So I use do to make interrogative sentence, right? And for the negative sentence, you also answered me, I asked you, do you learn Chinese? And you said, no, I don't. So for negative sentences, we also use do. Okay, now I'm going back to previous slide. Okay, so see here is the structure. So the first structure was subject plus verb. So we practice a lot. I practice, we practice, you practice, you practice, they practice, he practices, she practices, it practices. Now, if you'd like to make an interrogative sentence, you need a do before the subject. So see the subject is here. I'm sorry. the subject is here, but you need to put a do before the subject. So this is how you need to make sentence. Do I speak? Do we speak? Do you speak? Do you speak? Do they speak? Or he, she, it, Tony, we use does. Does he speak? Does she speak? Does it speak? Does Tony speak? So this is how you need to practice. So what are you gonna do? We will make all the sentences using one way. Last time, the way we practice, exactly the same way we're gonna practice. So do I speak? Do you speak? Do you speak? Do you speak? Do they speak? Does he speak? Does she speak? Does it speak? Does Tony speak? So are you ready to give me all the sentences using one way? If you're ready, can you please type in the chat box ready? I'd like to see how many of you are really ready to give me all the sentences. All right, type in the chat box ready. Okay. All right. So now, what I'm gonna do, I'll give you the opportunity to give me all the sentences. You need to practice, and you need to practice loudly. I'm gonna unmute yourself. So please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's just start.
Do I practice?
Uh,
Do I practice?
do I do I do you speak? Do you speak? Do you speak? Do they speak? Does they speak? Does she speak? Does it speak? Does Tony speak? Does Tony speak? Tony
Excellent.
speak.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hello.
Excellent. So, can you please answer me in the chat box? Have you made all the sentences using one breath? Type in the chat box. How many breaths have you taken? Is it 1, 2, 3? I'd like to see. Because if you cannot practice a bit fast, it's going to be very difficult to get it fluency. So that's why we are here to improve our fluency. So when I say go, you need to give me all the sentences using one breath. Okay? Excellent. 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 So I'm gonna give you one more time this opportunity. So all you got to do, you need to just give me all the sentences together, right? So I'm gonna unmute yourself again. Please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do I practice? Do we practice?
Do
Do
I
you
speak? Do
does
you
he
speak? Do you
does he
do
practice?
you
Does they
speak?
practice?
Speak.
Does he
Does
practice?
it speak?
Does Tony
Speak.
practice?
Do we speak?
Do I
Speaks.
practice?
Do we speak?
Do I speak?
Do
We
they
speak.
speak?
Do you speak? Does he speak?
Do
Does they speak? Does he speak?
Tony?
Thank you. So I need a volunteer. I'd like to make sure that you practice and you can give me all the sentences using one bit. So let's see. Are you full Islam? Can you please unmute yourself? Let me find it. Okay, it's very difficult to. Okay. Yeah, Islam, the last person, right? Can you please unmute yourself? Yeah. Can you please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences using one bit? Okay, not sure. Okay, so Roku, can you please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences?
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Do I speak? Do we speak? Do you speak? Do we speak? Do they speak? Does he speak? Does she speak? Does it speak? Does Tony speak?
Excellent, excellent. Can you please type in the chat box? Thanks, Roku. So I need another volunteer. So Saifur Rahman, can you please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences, please?
Do I speak? Do we speak? Do you speak? Do you speak? Do they speak? Does he speak? Does she speak? Does it speak? And does Tony speak?
Okay, very simple. How many breaths have you taken? Okay. Okay, thanks for trying, but you need to give me all the sentences using one breath. Right, so Nuria Safi, right? Nuria Safi, can you please unmute yourself? Yeah, I need to click the button to unmute. Let's see the next one. Nurun Nahar Khanam. Can you please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences, please? Okay. Shahana's Parvin. Not Shahana's Parvin. Tutul. Can you please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences, please? Tutul, can you hear us?
Sir, I was disconnected within 10 minutes, so I cannot tell anything about it.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
That's fine. Got it. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So what are you gonna do? We will practice at home when you get time. Okay. So now, so the way we practice it, just try to understand it. So the question, when we make question, it's called interrogative. So we use do. For example, do you learn? So we need do. Yeah. And for negative, we say I don't learn Chinese. So do not, don't. For the negative, we need do as well. So that's the two thing you need to understand. So now I'd like to request you to do your homework. All you got to do, you need to give the presentation, you need to practice a lot. So the question is, what does your favorite person do every day? So this is your homework. All you got to do, you need to deliver 30 actions, 30 activities from your favorite person, and you need to practice 10 times. And please make sure that you are using the right form of person. For example, if the person is male, he; if the person is female, she. And the second thing is, once you start talking about them regarding the present form, you need to make sure that you are putting S sound. So gets up, brushes, takes, makes, cooks. So these are the two things you need to understand and you need to practice a lot. And sometimes we understand a lot, but when we try to use it, we make a lot of mistakes. So without practicing, you cannot make it correct. And that's why you got to practice it 10 times. It's very easy, very simple. Still, if you don't practice, you will make a lot of mistakes and you'll lose a lot of marks on IELTS speaking test. So all you got to do, you need to make 30 sentences about your favorite person. If you have got more time, talk about everyone else in your family. That's the first thing. Practice 10 times in front of the mirror, right? So upload a video, IELTS and study in the UK. And also please practice these two things. As I told you, do means to take an action. So if you um, make integrate a negative sentence, there is no meaning of Q, but still we use it. So now, I know this class is a bit hectic because a lot of background sound. I'm taking the class in the office. I will try to make it next time in a silent place. However, so how is the class? Is 5 days challenge? Can you please type in the chat box? I'd like to see your comment. Type in the chat box. So if you think if it is outstanding, then 10. If it is excellent, then 7. If it is okay, then 5. Type in the chat box. I'd like to see how did you find this class. Is it outstanding? Is it okay? Is it excellent? Okay. Type in the chat box. I'd like to see everyone's comment. Okay, so I'd like to see how many of you would like to submit your homework for tomorrow. Type in the chat box, please. I'd like to see. So if you think you're gonna practice a lot, what does your third person do every day? If you make 30 sentences, you'll practice 10 times in front of the mirror, then you're gonna record the video and upload in the Facebook group. Type in the chat box. Who is that person? If you think you are that person, please type in the chat box me. I'd like to see. Okay, okay, got it. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, a lot of comments. Okay, and by this time, I mean, if you haven't watched the last video, and then if you missed the last 2 classes, the class is in the Facebook group as well. It's recorded on YouTube. So all you got to do, you need to go to the link and you need to watch this video. If you don't understand, just find as well, find out the video and watch 2, 3, 4 times. Right. So repetition is gonna give you a lot of confidence, and you're gonna learn a lot. Okay. Okay, so thank you, everyone. So I'd like to wrap up the class here and see you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.